Hey there folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a brand new top 5 video. I'm going to be doing a lot of these top 5s, top 10s, ranking videos. Consider this the very first one on my channel. I love doing list videos, all different kinds of topics and things like that, but today's topic is top 5 favorite movies of 2022. That's right, it is getting towards the end of the year and we're going to start fresh in 2023. I cannot believe it's going to be 2023. It just seems like this year just flew by. A lot going on in my life. You know, I just had a baby girl, and you know, we moved into a new house. Yeah, a lot happened this year. So anyway, I just want to specify this, that I have not seen every single movie this year. In fact, I haven't seen Avatar: The Way of Water. I haven't seen Black Panther 2. I know. I don't know what I'm doing. There are a lot of movies I have not seen. So I'm just going to obviously mention the ones that I have seen. And I decided to do a top 5. Just to kind of narrow it down. Now after this video, I'm going to do another top 5 video. And that is going to be my top 5 worst movies of 2022. Or least favorite. But for this one, I do have some honorable mentions that did not make my top 5, but I still consider them to be good or decent films that I saw this year. So let's get those out of the way. So the first honorable mention is Scream. I did enjoy Scream quite a bit. I don't like how they called the movie Scream. Why not just call it Scream 5? I understand what they were trying to do with like the whole rebooting thing, trying to do something fresh and kind of poking fun at the reboot term, so to say. But I feel like horror movies keep doing this, especially with sequels like Candyman, Halloween. They need to just change the title up because it gets confusing. But I think the movie was decent. The next one is Jackass Forever. I am a fan of the Jackass movies. I have all 3 Jackass movies, plus, you know, plus the bad grandpa one. But Jackass Forever, I felt like I was watching another Jackass film. I thought they all did a great job. So I enjoyed it. Moonfall. That one, kind of a big movie visually. Yeah, I really went into that movie with low expectations and I ended up enjoying it. So the next one is Uncharted. Uncharted, I didn't really know how I'd feel about Tom Holland being Nathan Drake, because I love the Uncharted games. I've played them all, I beat them all, and I was pleasantly surprised on the action and how well Tom Holland did. Mark Wahlberg as well. I thought Mark Wahlberg was a little too young to be Sully, but for what it was, I think it was fine. The next one is Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which was a lot of fun. That movie was so fun. I went to the theater with my kids and my wife, and we just had a great time. They introduced Knuckles. Jim Carrey was hysterical. That was a great sequel because I enjoyed the hell out of the first Sonic movie. The next one is Ambulance. What a thrill ride. That movie blew me away. I didn't even see the trailer to that movie. It was a blind watch. I just basically popped it in, didn't watch any reviews, and wow, great movie. A lot of fun. Next one is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I know the movie does have some problems, but I felt that it was the most entertaining MCU movie for a while there. I don't know, with the TV shows and all that, it just seems like the MCU kind of dropped the ball a little bit. But Multiverse of Madness at least tried. I liked the ideas, I liked the cameos. Could have been better, yeah, but I feel like it was fun. It was entertaining. The next one is Nope. Now, Nope didn't make my top 5 because I thought Nope was weird enough to be interesting, but there were some things about it that I thought was a little rushed when it came to personalities of the characters. I think discovering what this thing is in the clouds and stuff like that, I thought happened a little bit too. It felt rushed. People had ideas of certain things, and people all of a sudden caught on to certain things without even knowing, like, how, like it just clicked or something. It was just a little too easy for the person to know what was going on or what was going wrong. But I do like the concept of it. Jordan Peele, the guy always comes up with some kind of unique vision or unique story. And I think that really shined in. I'm going to do a review of Nope here soon. The next one is Prey. I liked Prey. I think a lot of people were complaining, well, how did this 90-pound girl take on this huge predator? It's like, really? You're going to look at her and say just because she's like 90 pounds that she can't take on this predator? I mean, the last time I looked, she was a warrior, okay? The tribe, they were warriors. So, and that's what the predators are. They're warriors. So they fought back. And I had no problem. I didn't feel like it was shoving women power down my throat. A lot of people had problems with that, but whatever. I liked it. Beast with Idris Elba. I thought that movie was fine. I thought it was okay at best. I do like the lion scenes and stuff like that, and Idris Elba goes face to face with a lion. He basically fights him. I thought it was pretty cool. But the first half of the movie really drags. It really takes time for things to start going. So for what it was fine. I prefer other movies about lions like Ghost in the Darkness. That was better. Next one is Fall, where these people are stuck on a tower. A movie kind of about survival. That kind of reminded me of Frozen a little bit, where they're stuck on a ski lift, but this time they're stuck on a tower. I thought that was pretty intense. There were some really cool moments in that movie, and I knew nothing about that movie. I just saw it on the shelves one day, and then on my Xfinity demand, it was for free. And so I watched it, and I'm like, wow, this is really good. Like, I really want to get that movie. Next one is Orphan First Kill. I know there's been complaints about the movie about Esther actually looks older, or Isabel Fuhrman actually looks older, and of course she is older, but they're like, well, how does that make sense? If it's a prequel, she should look younger. But the fact is that she's playing an older person, so the fact that she is older in real life makes more sense. So I think it worked out fine. The next one is Pearl. I know there's been some complaints about Pearl. I didn't like it as much as X, but I did like it. I don't understand the hate for it. I think it was unique in its own way. It kind of stands alone from X, but I think X executed their. I think X executed. That's funny. I think they executed the story a lot better in X, in most things. But Pearl was good. Mia Goth, she's great. I really enjoy her a lot. Hocus Pocus 2 was a lot of fun. I watched it with the family, and they enjoyed it because we are all fans of the first Hocus Pocus. Classic for us. We love it. That's something we watch every Halloween. The Sanderson sisters. It's just so fun. That movie never gets old. But Hocus Pocus 2, I give them all the credit in the world. Was it as good as the first? No. But I think it was a great try. I think they all looked great in their costumes. And they still have it. I really, people who come back for roles so many years later sometimes feel rusty and they don't have it. Keanu Reeves, when he came back for Bill and Ted, I didn't think he had it. Jim Carrey coming back for Dumb and Dumber 2, I thought he was rusty, didn't really have it. For Bette Midler and all of them who come back for this movie, for Hocus Pocus 2, I think they were spot on. I think it felt like we had watched the first movie and then here we are with the second one. That's how I felt with it. Next is Terrifier 2. I like Terrifier 2. I think it was good. It wasn't great. It relied a lot on the gore. There were a lot of gore scenes, but a lot of people are like, oh my god, the scene where the girl, she gets basically tortured and cut up and stuff. Like, I've seen worse. Like, that wasn't all that, like, oh my god, shocking, like people were saying. I've seen worse, a lot worse when it comes to gore. But it was cool. I will say Terrifier 2 was a lot better than the first one. I think the first one is an overrated nonsense of a horror film. I am not a fan of the first Terrifier. When it comes to the clowns, I prefer Pennywise over Art the Clown. That's just my personal preference, but Terrifier 2 was a good horror flick. Next up is Black Adam. This is the last of my honorable mentions. Now, Black Adam would have made my list, but the other ones I have just completely blew it away. Black Adam did blow me away, and it's a shame now with the state of the DC universe. It's like, I don't think we're going to see another Black Adam or even see him at all, but The Rock was great. And the movie surprised me. There's a lot of action, a lot of cool superhero stuff, superhero moments. Got a lot of good characters. Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Atom Smasher, and then of course the end cameo with Superman, Henry Cavill, which is nonsense now. Yeah, it was good. It was really good. I definitely will be picking it up when it comes out. Alright, so that's my honorable mentions, quite a few. Now we're going to talk about my top 5, and we're going to start with 5 and go to 1. So number 5 is Smile. Smile blew me away. I absolutely loved that film. I thought it was creepy. I liked the concept. It was kind of like It Follows mixed with The Ring, because this entity, when it smiles at you and you see it, it basically takes about a week for it to come after you. Just like The Ring, where it takes 7 days. This takes about a week, but the cool thing is they kind of estimate that. They're like, oh, it could take a couple days, it could take a week, it could take whatever. So it's kind of a ballpark situation. You really don't know. I think that's what's kind of scary about it. But I love that part where she's in her apartment, she looks over, and that thing is just sitting there staring at her like this. That kind of creeped me out. And there's some creepy moments when she goes out to that house in the middle of nowhere and she locks herself in there to basically confront it. That movie was great. I love the cinematography, the slow panning shots, the stuff in the background. It has It Follows written all over it. I freaking love that movie. Smile definitely surprised me. Number 4 is The Black Phone. The Black Phone with Ethan Hawke. What a great character. What a great concept with this phone, and I really don't want to give any of that away, because if I talk about what the phone is about, then it's going to give things away. So I really don't want to talk about that. You'd have to actually see it for yourself. Number 3 is X. I really don't have to go over too much about X. X is it's straightforward, a great, like horror film with Mia Goth. It's a lot better than Pearl, even though, like I said, I did like Pearl, but X, I think a lot of people out there mostly enjoyed X. But it was really good. Like, I was kind of blown away by that. Number 2 is The Batman. I didn't think I'd like The Batman, honestly. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did. The very first time I saw it, it's almost like you need to be in the right mood. When I first saw it, I was kind of like, the pacing was just a little slow. you know, this and that. I just wasn't really sure how I felt about it. Then after more watches, I started to really get into it and really love the music and the way they portrayed Batman, because in the movie he's already Batman. The addition of Catwoman was great, and I didn't think I'd like that. I was even kind of bashing it when it first was announced. But I take that back. I loved it. I love the addition of Catwoman, Penguin and Falcone, and just the Riddler. The Riddler was great. I always said I wanted to see a Riddler where he's a serial killer and he leaves clues, or he leaves, you know, in this case, riddles behind for someone to pick up and try to figure out. And we got that. We got that with this. So the Batman with by Matt Reeves was fantastic. I freaking love the whole detective thing. Just, God, they really nailed it. And this Batman is so different from the Affleck Batman, from the Keaton Batman, from Christian Bale. So different, and I'm glad they're doing that. It's not the same thing over and over again. So my number one favorite movie of 2022, I have decided, is none other than Top Gun Maverick. I loved this movie. To me, this is how you do a sequel so many years later. The sounds, the music, the stunt work, Tom Cruise. I mean, it was phenomenal. It was a great theater experience. Like, watching the planes and the dogfights and, you know, going over mountains and being shot at. It, honestly, I think I enjoyed it more than the first movie. The first movie is so iconic, has one of the best soundtracks ever. And I have to say, like, I really enjoyed Top Gun Maverick, I think, more. What a great movie. What a great frickin' film. I mean, and a lot of people will agree, I think this movie deserves the number one spot of the number one movie this year. I think it deserves it. So, you talk to most people, they will say that they enjoyed the hell out of the movie. So, that is my pick for number one favorite movie of 2022. So, quick recap before we're done. Number 5 is Smile. Number 4 is The Black Phone. Number 3 is X. Number 2 is The Batman. And number 1 is Top Gun Maverick. Surprisingly, there were a lot of decent horror films this year. I was really surprised by that. So guys, that is my list. Tell me what you think in the description. And stay tuned next time, because I'm gonna have my top 5 worst.